Oh, what's up everybody? Chris Gault here, Healthy Living with Chris Gault, and today we're going to talk about what is mindfulness and why is it so important. We're going to get right to it. Make sure you watch the full video because I'm going to go over a lot of things, and like pieces of a puzzle, they all fit together to actually have the true meaning of what the video is about. So if you really want to get anything out of the video, make sure you watch the full video and make sure you take action, because remember Newton's law that a body at rest stays at rest and a body in motion stays in motion unless a force is acted upon it. And basically what that means is if you are stagnant in your life or you are moving in the wrong direction of your life, the only way to actually change that is to take action. Mindfulness is not perfection. We can't be perfect. I know that none of us are perfect. I know I'm definitely not anywhere near being perfect. So that's not what mindfulness is about. But what we can be is we can actually transform. Transformation is 100% possible, and we can all transform into the best versions of ourselves at any time. But it does take work. So let's get back to mindfulness. Mindfulness, the definition, is a mental state achieved by focusing one's awareness on the present moment. We're calmly acknowledging and accepting one's feelings, thoughts, and bodily sensations used as a therapeutic technique. So basically, mindfulness is just paying attention to what your surroundings are and also the present moment. Another word for it that helps you get there is meditation. And the problem is that we are so distracted with our thoughts. Our thoughts are changing. We have so many different thought changes in our mind every day that it's very difficult to live in the present. So we need to learn to curb that. Harvard University studies show that the mind wanders nearly 50% of the time. So we are basically missing around 50% of our lives by not being actively present. And that doesn't even consider the 1/3 of our lives that we spend sleeping. So let's say if we live to 90 years old, that means about 60 years of that life is spent awake, and half of that, which would be 30 years, is actually spent being mindful. And so if you think about that, 90 years old, we're only like being present about 1/3 of our lives. But we can change that. And the way we change it is to practice mindfulness. And how do we do that? We just practice. So, and why is it that you can practice? Because practice makes you, not perfect, but makes you as close to perfect as you can get. And so just think about it. As you do something and you practice it, you're going to get better at it. So whether it be riding a bicycle or learning a musical instrument or learning a lesson, the more practice you put into it, the better you're going to get at it. The same thing will go comes to mindfulness. You can actually become more mindful and live more in the present just by practicing it, and you'll get there. So let's do this for a moment. Close your eyes and breathe in and out. And what you want to do is breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth and take long, deep breaths. And the next thing you want to do is just concentrate on what you're breathing on. Just concentrate on your breathing. So in, out. And you can say that in your mind without saying it out loud. And what you want to do is try to just concentrate 100% on the breath and nothing else. Now what's going to happen, because it happens to everybody, is thoughts will start to come in. Oh, I have to pick up milk on the way home. I have to, and hopefully it's plant-based milk because I'm vegan. Or, I have to do this presentation, so that thought's going to come in there. Or I have to drive the kids to whatever. All that stuff is going to bombard you, and what you have to do is fight it out. Just fight it all as you can and just concentrate on in and out. And you want to practice that. And do that for about 2 minutes a day and practice it. And if you do that for a while, like a week or so, you'll find that your length of time of going without other thoughts coming in will lengthen. You'll actually get better at it. And then once you get to the point where you could do 2 minutes, you can increase that a little bit more. Now I have to admit that I'm not the best at this because I have a little bit of ADD going on, and so I have a hard time with it. but I do practice it, and I am better at it than if I didn't do it at all. And so I will take a few moments every day, and I will practice that, and I will actually become more mindful by doing that, and I get better at it. And one thing I do want to say, it is a journey, and so don't think you have to be at the end of the journey. There's no end to it. You just get better and better and better at it as you practice it. And so you just want to do it that way, and you just do it as much as you can. I'm not saying you want to sit there and meditate for 2 or 3 hours. No one I know actually has the time to do that, but I'm talking about just a few minutes a day is all you really need to have. And this will not only help you focus on the present time, but it'll also help you focus in a much kinder way, a less judgmental way. And that's the other thing when you're doing this, is you're avoiding your mind of all judgments, and you're not putting any judgments on anyone else or yourself, because we tend to be more judgmental on ourselves than anything. And we're just pushing all that away, and we're trying to be as kind to everyone and ourselves as much as possible. And that's how you start to become in the moment. And a few other tips that you can do in order to be more present. So you can practice that mindfulness, the meditation. You can practice that every day. And like I said, about 2 to 3 minutes a day is probably all you need. If you want to increase it, you can. I wouldn't do much more than 5 to 10 minutes though, because then, obviously not everyone has that kind of time. If you do, then that's fine. You can do that. But here's a couple other tips that you can do in order to practice mindfulness in a non-meditative way. And that is, let's say you're talking to somebody, you're conversing with them. Most of us will hear 2 or 3 words from that person, and we will start to think, all we're thinking about now is how we're going to respond to that person, and we're not even listening to the full conversation. And then we're going to respond, and sometimes we get in trouble because we're actually saying something that they already said, and they might say, hey, I already said that, and you might not even heard it. So what you want to do is listen to that person, accept what that person is saying, and really fully understand what they're saying. And then when they're done talking, then respond. You don't have to sit there and think about your response before they finish. Make sure they finish first. And you're not only doing them a favor because you're helping them out because you're actually listening to what they're saying, but you're also doing yourself a favor because you're bringing yourself into the present now. You don't have all these thoughts that are just going all over the place. You are presently concentrating on what's going on in that moment, and that's going to help you live more in the present. And the next tip is just be aware of your surroundings when you are walking around or doing whatever. So for an instance, if you go outside and the sun is shining, just don't take for granted, okay, I'm walking to my car and I'm driving to work. But when you walk outside and you feel that sun on your face, just accept that, take it in that, yes, I feel that warmth on my face from this big ball in the sky that's giving life to the planet and to yourself. And you could say, wow, this is a great gift, and I could feel it on my face right now, and this is just awesome. And if you could do that, or anything else, like when you hear people talking down the street or the birds chirping, take that as a gift. The birds chirping, you hear it and you know it's there, and don't take it for granted. With so many of us, we run to our car, we drive to work, we run out, we don't even realize what's going on. A lot of us actually, because I remember doing this when I used to have a full-time job, I remember driving to work and I would be like, wow, how did I even get here? Because my mind would be on so many different things, like what I was going to do that day or whatever it was, that I didn't even pay attention when I was on the road. And somehow I made it to work, but it's probably not the best thing in the world. I probably should have been taken all in. And I used to drive down the GW Parkway from Maryland to Virginia a lot, and it would be beautiful on a fall day, and I wouldn't even notice it most of the time. And every once in a while I would look and I'd be like, wow, this is incredible. Look at all the different colors of leaves and everything. Why am I not looking at this every day? But it's just so easy to not do that and to get away from it. So what you want to do is, as much as you can, practice being aware of what's around you, and you'll get better and better and better at it. Now, what are some of the other benefits of mindfulness other than just being more aware in the present moment? There's a few other things that you get out of it. Number one, you will de-stress yourself. You are going to decrease stress, and it's just going to be so much better and healthier for you in life. and it will actually strengthen your immune system. Doctors will say that if you could de-stress or reduce stress in your life, you will actually strengthen your immune system. And I think that's very important, especially in a world where there's COVID bouncing around and other things. You want to be as healthy as possible. You want that immune system to be as strong as possible. And so do yourself a favor. Do this mindfulness exercises, and that will actually help out your immune system. It'll also help you live a happier and a healthier life, because you're just going to be enjoying the world as a gift and not just missing out on it. And because when we get our head down and we're just doing whatever we're doing and we're not looking around or whatever, we're missing all the great gifts that there are in life. And so once you start taking those gifts in, then you start to really appreciate life more, and it's going to make you happier, and you're going to live a better life. And it's also going to help others live a better life, because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be kinder. You're going to find yourself being kinder because you're going to be enjoying life more. You're going to be happier. You're going to be kinder to other people, and we really all need that now, because I'll tell you, the way the world is lately, it just seems that it really does need more kindness in it. And I think that if we could all practice this, we will make this a much better world than it is right now. And realize that you deserve happiness. We all deserve happiness. And remember, we only live once. And I always say that one term, YOLO, because you only live once. And it's not a dress rehearsal. We're only down here one time. We might as well make the best of it. So why wouldn't we want to make this the best of it, as opposed to making it not the best? So make sure that you practice this, because then not only will you be happier, but you deserve it, and you can get it if you go after it. And if you do all this, then I know that you will be successful in achieving happiness in mindfulness and being in the present. You can do it. Anyone can do it. It just takes a little bit of practice. And that's all I have for the video. And I want to thank you all so much for watching. It really does warm my heart when you watch my videos. And if you like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and that way YouTube knows to push it out to others who can benefit from it. And if you have any comments at all on this video, or any other comments that I left out on being mindful and mindfulness in general, then make sure you put them in the comments below. Just make sure that the comments are going to benefit people and help them become the best version of themselves. If you have any questions too, obviously pop them in, and I will join you down there shortly to answer questions or to comment on your comments. And make sure you subscribe to the channel and ring the bell notification, and that way you'll be notified every time I put out a healthy living video. And if you know anybody who can use healthy living videos like this one, make sure you share the video with them so that they can join in all the fun. And make sure you share the channel too, so they can join in on all the fun and learn all this great stuff. And for more tips on how to live a happier, healthier life, 2 videos are going to pop up any moment, and you can click on any of those videos and you can continue your happy, healthy living journey. And I'll see you all next time.